Okay, we are now on the 48th greatest move in chess history in our Analyze With Me series. This game is between Brzozka and Bronstein from 1963. As usual, I'll put game information in the video notes. This one actually takes a while to set up. It's a long game, and even the amazing move is kind of a long time getting ready. So we can see in the game there's some maneuvering of pieces. Looks like the queen for black is being put in the corner, which looks crazy dangerous. Some more trades. Okay, so right now white has the advantage, and we'll see what black does to get back in this game and to do the 48th most amazing move of all time, according to me, which is only incredibly subjective. But it's actually really hard to pick, even a certain number of moves that you think are good, is because there are so many amazing moves that have been played, especially if you look back at all the games from all time. It's not an infinite number, but it's a lot. So I think we're getting close. And okay, a little more maneuvering. Why did he not take that? Okay. Okay, the pieces have stopped moving, so we are in the key position. See if you can figure out what the tactic is right now. So fast. Write it in the comments right below what you think it is before you finish watching. So continue pausing if you want to try to figure it out. Or continue pausing. If you're pausing it, you wouldn't know I'm saying that. So pause it, and then we'll see what the move is. What do we notice here? The black rooks are trying to take over these two files. This pawn on A3 is just 2 squares away from promoting, which is a clue. So maybe if we can figure out how to get that pawn all the way across the board, then black can promote and get, a queen back. So let's go and see what the move is. Okay, back to that position without the lines, and the move, did you guess it, is rook takes on B3 check. What's the idea? Well, obviously the white has to get out of danger. He has a couple of options. What are his main options for getting out of danger? If he takes with the pawn, this is probably the easiest continuation, right? You see the evaluation bar, which is right there. The black bar, well, now it's mostly black because black is winning after that move. The obvious move is what? You're just going to push this pawn into the bishop. The bishop takes, rook takes. And then now the black rook is behind enemy lines, which can be very powerful, especially when there's a bunch of pawns to pick off. So I think white would have to go there, but then black would just go there, and he's going to come back here and try to start munching on pawns. So that's why black is clearly winning in that position. So that's what happens if white takes back the rook. So with the pawn anyway. Oh yeah, that's what happens. So he's not going to do that. If he goes king back to C2, that's even worse. It looks like he's now down almost 11 points, and I think that's just because check, king back here, and then the same thing. Black's just going to get behind enemy lines. That's not the best move, but it works, right? He just starts munching on these pawns, and eventually, well, he actually can just move his rook over and come in. So major attack for black. So what else could white do? If he goes back here, obviously he just straight drops the bishop. That's not good. And what happens in the game, and I think it's the best move, is what? King takes on B3. So this is what happened in the game. This is the best move. Black is still winning, but not as much. So what's the follow-up now? Well, black, of course, just slides his rook over. If white king tries to take the pawn, well, you just lose the bishop. Same idea as before, behind enemy lines. And if he tries to save the bishop by going right there to c2, same move. Rook attacks on b2, and then the king has to, unless he wants to give it to bishop, he has to defend this way, and then now black is going to start munching on these pawns again. So we'll play out the rest of the game and see. This is actually how this game plays out. We'll just play it and watch. So the black rook is maneuvering, eating those pawns, and now he starts pushing his own pawns, getting those pawns deep into enemy territory, attacking the bishop, gives up a pawn, check. Who cares about the check? The black rook is just dancing, check. Who cares about the check? Who cares about the check? Really, white's just moving black further up the board, which is not what you want to do. He gives away another pawn with check, but it doesn't matter. It's too strong. Pushes, and queen promotes on e1. Black's up 1 point of material, but is up, according to the eval bar, again, right there, is up 6.6, which is way more than enough. Not only is he up 6.6, well, he's up 6.6 because this pawn is also potentially going to promote, even if there isn't a checkmate. So he'll have 2 queens to a bishop and a rook, which is way more than enough to win. So this is an example. So the move that we are calling the 48th best move was back here. Let me take off some of these lines. This was when, in this position, when rook takes on b3. That's what we're calling the 48th best move that I've ever seen in this, in chess. So this is in our Analyze with Me series. Appreciate you watching, and let's see, we're going to have our 47th best move. That video should be, I don't know, I'm pretty bad knowing where they're going to show up. I think it should be right around there, right around the eval bar is. And yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.